You want to know about the upcoming 2020 Toyota Supra? Well, I'm about to tell you what I know and show you the most recent picks available coming up. What's up, It's your main man, Really Rails, back at it again. We got another review today. We are going to determine if this ride is solid or not. First, do me a solid and hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you smash that like icon and that notification bell, and also share it with your friends. We can't keep this thing a secret, you know. Let's get straight to it. Now, 2020 is bringing us some legendary vehicles back. We talked about the Ford Bronco in a previous video, which I'm going to link up there in the cards. But today, we're going to talk about the all-new 2020 Toyota Supra. The Supra originally debuted back in 1978 with the hatchback model. Although it didn't look very menacing back then, it was a different story to people back then. The Supra was actually a spawn of the Toyota Celica XX, or Celica Supra as they called it in Japan. Now, Toyota took it a step further and they got assistance from the engineering over at Lotus, and they created the infamous Supra that we all know and love. But this time, Toyota is going in a different direction with this new Supra build. I know you're saying, now this Supra looks awfully a lot like another sports car that I know. Maybe you can put your fingers on it. Maybe you can't, but I'm going to be the spoiler for you. The new Supra is currently being built alongside the BMW Z4. So now you kind of see it, right? Well, if you can't, let me give you a better view. Look at these two interiors. Now tell me which one is the Z4 and tell me which one is the Supra. Did you get it right? Now, I do understand that a lot of cars out there have similarities to other cars, but in my opinion, this one might as well have been the 2020 BMW Z4. From my past experience, I always thought Toyota kind of looked more like Lexus. I guess I expected more of an original style than a twin. But before I give you my pros and cons, we're going to dive into it a little bit further. Now, the Supra comes in three different models. You have the base 3.0 model that starts around $51,000. The Supra 3.0 Premium, which starts at around $55,000. And you have the top of the line Launch Edition, which starts around $56,000. Under the hood, this Supra has a turbocharged 6-cylinder that pushes about 335 horses. Now that's about 15 more horsepower than its predecessor, which came in at about 320 horses. Now surprisingly, this Supra has a great 0 to 60. It came in at about 3.8 seconds, which puts that in some good company alongside the Corvette and the BMW M2. All of the Supra models are going to come with an 8-speed rear-wheel drive transmission. Sorry y'all, but right now there is not a manual transmission in sight. I would have liked to have some type of option when it comes to the transmission. At least give me a 10-speed automatic all-wheel drive option. Diving into the fuel economy for the Supra, it's a pretty happy place for it actually. With it being turbocharged, the Supra gets 31 highway and 24 city miles per gallon. Now, once you open the door and dive into the Supra, you can see where it starts to look more and more like the BMW Z4. From the steering wheel to the gear shift to the infotainment center. I mean, if I wanted a Z4, I would probably go and get a Z4, but that's just my opinion solely. Now, the Supra has a tight feel to it, so if you're above average height or size, you're gonna probably feel a little claustrophobic in it. Now, it does have a decent amount of cargo space. You can fit about 2 small suitcases in there. The standard infotainment center comes with the 6.5-inch display. I'm sure that's plenty big for the average person. Now, if you do want to take it up a notch, you can upgrade to an 8.8-inch display. If you want to take it up to the higher models, which is the Premium and the Launch Edition, you will get that 8.8-inch display included. And with that said, here are my pros and cons for the 2020 Toyota Supra. Pros: great gas mileage, amazing acceleration, great handling. Cons: no manual transmission available, tight cabin feel, terrible blind spots, a little tough to get in and out of, only 335 horses in the sports car, which takes me to my next one, which I think it's overpriced for a car that only has 335 horses that's supposed to be a sports car. And finally, it reminds me of the BMW Z4. With that said, I'm going to have to say that the 2020 Toyota Supra is not it. I think Toyota missed out on this one. I believe if they would have went more with like a Lexus feel on the inside, they might would have hit the mark. Me personally, I would have taken the OG body style and just modernized it. A few vents here, A few curves there, couple of diffusers, call it a day. Well, this has been another review to determine if a ride is solid or not. Do me a favor, down below, hit that subscribe button, smash that like icon and that notification bell, and make sure you share it with your friends. We can't keep this thing a secret, I keep telling you. Well, I hope I've given you some good info about the upcoming 2020 Toyota Supra. If you have any info that you'd like to share with the squad, please don't hesitate to drop it down below in the comments. We all love to hear from you. Once again, it's your main man, Relly Rails, always 100, always solid. Up out of here.
Perfect.